my lovely Sagittarius friends. Are you ready for 2025? Well, 2025 is ready for you as we begin January of 2025. How odd does that sound? The Capricorn new moon from December the 30th shows us that we need the dark to balance and appreciate the light. You're feeling more than ready for a fresh beginning and a new start, and you may have a list of things you want to accomplish this year and specifically in January. You make steady progress till Mars, opposite Pluto, causes some stressful issues from the past to come up to be dealt with. Emotions are running high thanks to all the water energy from Venus moving into Pisces. Mars also dips back into Cancer, and the full moon in Cancer on January the 13th sends more emotional issues your way. And I do have a slide showing all these dates if you want to write them down in your diary or journal, because you're definitely going to feel this energy. But it's not actually a bad thing. The good news is your intuition is getting a healthy upgrade. The bad news, you're feeling everyone around you, and there's a lot of worry and fear about the future. So try to balance this with time alone and self-care, and really separate your feelings and your emotions from those around you. As we move into Aquarius season on the 19th, you get a glimpse of a very different future. And we're going to talk more about that when we look at your career, health, etc. in the next part of this video. The decisions that you make now can change the course of your life. And I mean, you know that, and that's true any day of the week, because anytime we make a decision, we open a new pathway for change, for evolution. But in January especially, the decisions you make can alter the course you're on. So seeing the big picture gives you a better idea of what you want to do and what opportunities you want to grab onto and what opportunities you're going to pass on by. And there will be some opportunities coming out of the blue presented to you towards the end of the month and in February. Okay, let's look at your career. Employed Sag natives are thinking about personal security and financial commitments as we begin the month. Are you making enough money? No, probably not. You're making a steady income that's reliable, but it's not enough. So you're caught between leaving this job, which is fine, it's okay, but it's not paying you enough. And you know that you're going to need to make some changes moving forward. You're confident about the future, just not with this current job placement. Chances are you have outgrown it, as well as them not paying you enough. The question is, what do you do next? And how do you leave your current placement without disappointing your work buddies? Because I mean, you're getting along very good with everyone now. You don't really take this for granted, because I mean, you've had some other jobs where that wasn't true. That's kind of also putting you in a situation where, you know, do you stay? Do you leave? It's fine. It's just not enough. And you've been here for a while now. This didn't just happen in January, but we see this emotional water energy really working on you and pushing you to decide and to make a plan moving forward. So I think by the end of the month, you will have a plan on what you're going to do next, from sending out resumes, which is very possible, to an exit strategy for leaving this job without hurting anybody's feelings. So by the end of the month, you're setting the stage for big changes with your career. For gig working, self-employed, and business owning Sagittarius, is it time to collaborate? Sag likes to work with people, but they also like to be in charge. Partnerships and collaborations, on one hand, if they're very small, one-off, sure, you're okay with that. But a big long-term partnership or collaboration just has never quite felt right to you, because you want to be in charge. And that's okay, because that is one reason why your business has been so successful, because you are able to step up into a leadership role and take charge and move things forward. So you can see that things are shifting if you're even considering this. And the energy shifts again January the 6th, and you see the necessity of working with others and how important it's going to be moving forward. You're ready to throw out old ideas about success, and you can imagine a very different future, because it's not just about money. It's also about freedom, time to travel, time to do other things, and not being so wrapped up in day-to-day things with your business. So there could be talk around contracts, you could be going to meetings, and people could be pushing you to commit to something now. You're ambitious and you're ready. Just make sure everything is spelled out correctly before you do commit to anything. By the 29th, the conversations intensify and a deal should be in the works. If done correctly, this could take your business to the next level. Is this a thing you should do? Well, only you know for sure, but it's definitely worth looking into. But I will tell you, this is not the only opportunity you're going to have this year. So if on a core level this doesn't resonate with you, then pass it by. Because like I say, there are more deals in the works. Now, before we look at your wealth sector, I do need to remind you that this is my take on the energy and the astrology. And because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And if you like this type of content and the way that I break it down, let me know and subscribe. Okay, so let's look at your wealth. Money is on your mind as you attempt to work your magic on upcoming expenses. Income is consistent, but you have a lot of extra bills this month and outlays, and this is causing you much stress. You will be able to navigate this month, but these issues cause a change in your future plans. You don't want to feel like this. You don't want to feel like this every month. No. So you're ready to make some big changes financially. Investing slows down for you as you focus on actually saving now. Speak with a financial advisor and stay informed of your options because things are changing. Laws are changing in different countries on how we invest and where the money goes. And there's the whole crypto thing, and a lot of things are on the table. People are buying gold and silver, and there's a lot of changes happening. And this is going to be a volatile year for investing. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but if you don't have a financial advisor watching your accounts, or you can't take the time to watch them and really monitor them almost daily, then maybe you need to step away and start just paying down your debt and saving instead. Because like I say, a lot of things are going to happen this year, but that's for another video. Let's look at your health. Elder Sagittarius are on the mend after an accident or injury in 2024. You are feeling better, but you're still not where you want to be. And you have to continue taking it easy. Perhaps you're going to physical therapy, or you're trying to get back into an exercise routine. Just go slow. Give yourself the time you need to heal before you push yourself into another injury. But it looks like you are on the mend, so just, self-care. For all Sag, your resilience may be tested this month, and you're tired. You're tired as you begin the year, and you're tired because you have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of worry about the future, which is not normally something that Sag carries. Mental calmness and a steady exercise routine are needed to really help you stay balanced and healthy now. You can have disturbing or telling dreams as issues from childhood or early relationships rise to the surface thanks to all this water energy, and especially with the Cancer moon. It's all about security, what makes you feel safe, and it's about looking at those relationships from another viewpoint. Did you grow and evolve with these relationships? Yes, of course you did. But were they actually necessary? And have you been caught in a rut, dating the same type of people, repeating the same lessons? So that's a lot going on right there. Journal or talk this out with a trusted friend or maybe a therapist and move through this so you can end those repeating cycles. So yeah, it's a lot. And that brings us to your romantic sector. Singles, who has time to date? You're building an empire. I mean, really. But seriously, dating hasn't been on the top of your to-do list lately. I mean, you do like to go out and be social. During the holidays, it was, you probably did go on dates and maybe even let somebody set you up on a blind date where you don't normally. But now we're in January and it's just like you can't really be bothered to do that. Yeah, especially as we begin the month. By the middle of the month, the energy's changing and you're rethinking dating, or at least dating the same type of person. Same thing that's coming up, like I say, in the health sector. You're thinking about the past, thinking about past relationships and why you were attracted to certain people and why you stayed as long as you did with certain people. And this also brings up old wounds from the past to be dealt with. By addressing these issues, you're making way for healthier relationships in the future. It's not not comfortable, but this is percolating up from your subconscious. Your higher self is showing you as well that you could be caught in this loop of trying to move through an ideal that someone told you that love looked a certain way or love should be a certain way. And this has been causing you issues for years. So by addressing this, you can release it and move forward and find some of the happiness that you deserve. Dating Sagittarius natives, you're moving from casual now to a more committed or official relationship. Around the end of the month, conversations intensify around this subject. Be honest with your crush about where you are and where you see your future going, and then listen to them carefully and see if they're on the same page. Do they really want the same things in life, or are they just happy with the way things are currently? And this will give you a big clue into the next step with the relationship. Partnered Sagittarius, emotional connections can be important for you over the next few weeks. And you're going to focus on strengthening the emotional connections with your partner especially. You need the support of your partner, and your partner needs your support. Things have gotten out of balance, which happens because work, life, responsibilities, parenting, taking care of aging parents, it's a lot. It's a lot for anyone. And when you put two very different people together, they handle this very differently. So you need to try to come back into balance and reconnect with each other. But the questions that are going through your mind are more like, are we even on the same page? So what does this person want from me, and how are we going to fix this relationship? But it's really not as bad as it looks like on the surface, because yes, you do need to discuss the future as a couple, but you do have a strong foundation. So clear the air, be honest, and talk about what's really on your mind and what is causing you to be so stressed. This is especially important around the January 13th full moon in your intimacy sector, and this will trigger a lot of old wounds that you constantly try and avoid, and they're going to come to the surface. It will be very uncomfortable, but once it's done, it's over. And, it's because of the water energy being so emotional. Conversations can highlight your need to feel safe, heard, and seen in this relationship. And this is not usually an issue with Sagittarius. You don't struggle with this, but these aren't usual times either. This could be old wounds from childhood, as I said before. These old memories are coming up for a reason, and dreams are likely to be powerful this month. Once again, let me repeat that. Something someone said, maybe not even to you when you were a child, but you were in the room, could have imprinted on you, such as love is a lot of hard work, or relationships are a lot of hard work. And on the one hand, that's true, but when a child hears this, they believe it like it's the gospel. They believe it like it is the ultimate truth. Do you seek relationships that require a lot of work because you think that's what they're supposed to? And that's just one example of how things from our past, when we are children, make sense, but when we're adults, don't. The way to uncover this is just by being honest, thinking about those memories, looking at things, and allowing them to come to the surface. And then you can examine them and go, well, I don't want a relationship that's a lot of work or a lot of trouble. Rewriting this belief about relationships, if that makes sense. It's a lot, but it's nothing you can't handle, and it's past time for this to happen. So as I said, you're driven to connect on a deeper level with your partner and to understand them better and for them to really understand you now. That's going to be one of the driving forces for you this entire month. So between the worry about work and trying to find another job and do you really want to leave and that, and then this, it's going to be a full month. But this can strengthen your relationship by coming together and discussing these things. And remember, both parties need to be honest, and then you can come up with a plan moving forward, and that will give you some of the security that you're seeking. And relationships that aren't working out, well, they're going to devolve into murky waters in January and February, and you might struggle with your partner and feel like throwing your hands up in the air and walking out, which says a lot because Sag doesn't commit lightly, but when they do it for life. But many Sag natives will be starting over in 2026. Clear the air with your partner and look at the situation objectively. Is this something you want to continue working on? Is this something worth saving? Or is this something that maybe you shouldn't have stayed as long as you did? That's a lot of heavy energy, I know. Life has been slow for Sag lately, and that's another reason I haven't been reading for you. Not a lot's been changing. It would have been a pretty boring reading of same as last month. We're going to see the energy really push you to move out of your comfort zone in 2025 and make some changes. So this will be an emotional month, setting the stage for big changes in 2025 for Sagittarius natives. I hope this helped and gave you a little bit of insight into what you can expect. And remember, there are thousands and thousands of Sagittarius natives out there, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. Take it with a grain of salt, but just be aware that the emotional energy is going to be impacting your logical brain this month. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments section. And if you do like this type of content, why not consider subscribing or joining the community to see videos first and also special videos. Thank you so much for watching and watching till the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care and stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings.